debatable whether or not.
Stop treating me like a nobody.
That is 18. Debatable whether or not you actually give us $2 worth of. I don't know if you do or not.
Sensing some tension here.
Nah. No.
That's what Ryan liked to cause in Maine. He causes tension. That just says, "Oh, are you guys fighting? Don't fight. Just vote each other out."
Don't. I would prefer they fight. So yeah. It's like, you guys are fighting. Let me just kind of watch it.
Yeah.
Right. Warm yourself by the blaze.
Warm yourself. All right. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our D&D Extra for the penultimate episode of Survivor, episode 13 coming up. How many players we got left in the game right now?
8.
Too many.
Yeah, really. Too many for 2 episodes.
Yeah. Well, David and I have a guest. All you wonderful $2 and above patrons. We have a $2 and above patron with us right now, Ryan Kaiser. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be back.
We have a surprise for everybody this coming Thursday. Ryan Kaiser will be joining the Triple Ds, David, Dwaine, and Dan Foley, for our recap and feedback show. And that's going to be fun, I think.
Remember that 20,000 download mark? We're going to hit 60 this month.
No, we're not. Last time we had Dan on, we lost people.
Oh.
Well, now you got me, so it kind of like balances it out, right?
Well, yes, true.
That's true.
We do have somebody with whom, somebody who will give Dan a bunch of, crud, which is great because when I do it, he turns on me. So it's nice because David always kisses up to Dan.
I just sit back and let y'all pick her.
Right. David goes, Dan.
Can I stay in your house again, Dan? Thanks,
Dan. You're my hero, Dan. Well, we're going to give our final 3 predictions, not for the 13th episode, but for the finale.
That's right.
So, but we could talk about this coming episode because there's going to be 2 people going home.
Well, I think we can talk about the 3 and then pick the 2 after we pick those 3.
Yeah.
Because if we pick the 2, then the 3 will kind of be less exciting. It'll be more suspenseful. Unless you've read Ryan's blog, then you know Ryan's pick. Are you sticking with those 3 picks, Ryan?
I'm feeling pretty good about it, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
His 3 are my second favorite.
I mean, I've been wrong on many things this season, so who knows? But
yeah, well. But we do thank you for writing on our website. Have you enjoyed writing on our website? It's been
fun. Yeah, it's nice to kind of just, do like the word vomit and have it actually go somewhere and mean something. So that's good.
Yeah. Good. I haven't checked to see how many hits you get, but I'm sure you get a lot. I can check if you want.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know I read it.
So I have divided up the remaining 8 players into 3 groups. Would y'all like to hear them?
Oh, I'm dying to hear them. Yes.
Okay. The 3 who will not win and will not be in the final 3. These 3 people have no shot in the world of winning the game nor making the final 3. They are Brett, Will, and Ken. Brett, Will, and Ken. Nobody can take Brett. Will is going to annoy everybody this episode and get voted off. And Ken, no.
I don't know about Ken.
All right, well, let me finish. And then there are 2 who will not win, but will be taken to the final 3. I guarantee these 2 people will be in the final 3 because you're going to beat them. All right? You can beat these 2 people, Hannah and Sunday. They are in the final 3. Not because they worked their way there, but because they were brought to the final 3 by one of these 3 players, Jay, Adam, or David. So my prediction is, and I don't know which one yet, we'll talk about it, either Jay, David, or Adam bring Sunday and Hannah to the final 3.
Wait a minute. Your prediction, we'll talk about it, as in you're going to wait for us to say, and then you're going to say you're...
Well, I haven't decided if... Okay.
Wait, here, write it down and then show it to us later.
Of those 3, I am leaning towards Adam and David being the ones who do it.
That's 2.
And so I'm going to go out on a limb, and I am going to say David makes it to the final 3. Oh, gosh, I hate saying that because it's probably Adam's a better player.
Well, that's the show for tonight, folks. You've heard Dwayne's picks. And
we're not needed anymore.
that's right. You've heard from Dwayne. He's guaranteed.
Well, yeah, I got to be confident. The problem is I don't know if it's Adam or David.
When you got like 3 picks, it's easy to be confident.
So I'm gonna go Adam, Sunday, and Hannah. No, I'm not. David, Sunday, and Hannah are final 3.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Do you want to draw rocks over Adam, David?
Yeah, you can flip a rock.
Okay. If I had my choice, it would be Adam, Sunday, and Hannah. But David has been getting lucky all freaking season. So I think he'll get lucky again. Nice mug there, Jay. Ryan called you Jay. Nice. Anyway, so because David gets so darn lucky the whole season, I think he ends up beating out Adam, and it's David, Sunday, and Hannah. There you go. There's my thoughts. Everything I talked to you about tonight will be based upon that, which I spent much time evaluating and figuring out this afternoon.
I still couldn't decide.
Shut up. Who are you and why are you on our podcast?
He's getting warmed up for Dan. That's what it is. Go ahead, Ryan. I'll let you go next.
Do you just want my 3 or just the breakdown of the order?
You can do a breakdown if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for a while now, I've been thinking David and Ken are there together. And then just kind of matter of whoever they bring with. So I'm thinking right now it's going to be David, Ken, and Hannah. I actually brought a little list of the jury votes too, if you guys want to break that down.
Wow.
So I came prepared.
Really
so I think David's going to win.
Yeah, David would win. Yeah,
for sure. Although I don't think that Ken's so much a GOAT. I think Ken will get some votes. I think he's definitely got a vote in Jessica. I could see maybe Brett and maybe even Taylor over David and Hannah at least. I think Hannah could get a vote from maybe Sunday. That's really about it. Hannah's probably get either maybe 1-0 votes, but the rest are going to go to David, and he's going to take it home, I think.
Yep. My final 3 has David winning. So, David?
Ken.
Oh, he's writing it down because he didn't have it.
I only had the 3. I didn't have all of them. So, I only have 7. Who am I missing? Let's see. Who was in that bloating group cluster? These 3 and these 3. Okay. Now, did you guys base your picks on your thoughts, fan fiction, or on the edit? Or Ryan, how did you come about with those 3 as your final 3?
A little of both. I mean, usually you can kind of tell who, like David said, there's people who definitely won't win. I don't see any way that Will, Brett, or Sunday, based on the edit, will win. I think Sunday probably has actually played a better game from what I can tell than what we maybe be seeing, which makes me believe that she's probably not going to get to the end. So I think if she were in the end, I think she'd actually put up a pretty decent fight, just kind of being a mom who's, played a decent game and could earn a lot of votes. I don't think she's going to make it there. I think Adam and Jay, that leaves those 2, I believe. Yeah, I think they're the kind of classic, like they get really close, then just, would have won if they made it there, but then just don't make it there. And, it goes to somebody else.
All right, because I based mine on a crazy thought, because this season is really good in the sense for me that they're taking out the big guns. I think Michaela was looking really strong, and they took out Michaela. And I think Chris could have done better, could have made it towards the end. They took out Chris. I definitely think Zeke could have gone to the end and made a good show at the end, and they took out Zeke. So to me, this season, the top players, the biggest threats are being recognized, which is something we as fans sit home and say, why aren't you seeing Jeremy as the winner since the merge? I mean, he's got the best social game. He's got the numbers. Jeremy's going to beat all of you, and there's 8 of you left. Take him out. Nope, they let him go to the end. He wins unanimous. So to me, it's been interesting this season in that the obvious or the strong players are getting voted out. So I think I'm going to make a guess that the 3 people sitting at the end have had the longest alliance of 3 left in the game. And Ken and David do not have a third anymore. They can't trust Will. They could probably trust Adam, but Adam's going to play for Adam. And then I think, I did switch one out because I think she's going to figure out a way to get there, and they're going to take her instead of Brett. But my final 3 is Hannah, Sunday, and Jay.
What?
I'm sorry. I still have the floor for the moment. I think Jay is going to get the numbers to win. This is just my fan fiction. This is just from, to me, an edit that's been all over the place. Jay has a good episode. He has an invisible episode. He has an okay episode. Then he has a good one. Then he has invisible. It's all over the place. Something Zeke said in one of his exit interviews about Sunday is she's probably playing one of the best social games. She knows everybody. She's playing the mother role to the T. He thinks that she's playing people to the point where they'll take her to the end because they don't think she can win. And that's kind of what he thinks she's hoping for. And I think for that reason, she's going to slide to the end. And Jay thinks he's going to be able to beat her. And I think he will, but I think she might get a vote. Didn't surprise him. Hannah's the one I think that's not going to have as many friends on the jury. I was leaning towards Brett because Jay and Sunday and Brett, to me, have had the longest alliance since the merge. But I don't know. I could see Brett getting knocked out and Jay and Sunday wanting to take Hannah instead of Brett just to make sure they have a chance of winning because Sunday probably feels she could beat Hannah. But she has no choice if Jay wins the final immunity, something like that. I think Ken and David go out this week. I think Ken goes first, and I know this is the opposite of your pick, Ryan. I think David is the one who's on the leaderboard. He's high up on the leaderboard from all the moves and strategies he's done, but I think he's idolist now, and I just think he's going to get blinds. I think this double episode is going to be 2 big votes, or it could be 1 dud, and it could be a big vote. But I think David's going to be one of the votes, and whether it's Ken or Will this week, I think one of those goes with him. So I think we go into the finale with Jay, Sunday, and Hannah and Adam, and then Brett and either David or Ken or Will or Ken. I think David goes this week, and I think Adam goes final 4. I think Adam has such a good story going towards the end that there's no way, even everybody that loves him agrees to take him to the end. So I think Adam gets dropped off.
Wow. One of these guys is not like the other. You're like really far off from us.
Yeah, I pretty much have. Here's how I've got it broken down. I've got this week. I think will go and Brett will follow. So then I think next it'd be kind of Sunday and Jay outside the other alliance of 4. And I think Jay could probably win immunity. So if if he doesn't, he still has an idol. So they can split the vote for Jay and vote for Sunday. Jay plays the idol. Sunday goes. Then Jay wins immunity again. Hannah, David, Ken vote out Adam. Then a final 4, Jay loses, and then they all vote out Jay, and that's how we get the final 3 of Ken, David, and Hannah.
See, I definitely think Will goes home this episode. I think he just, this whole I'm going to start playing hard thing, well, it's not going to work, and he's going to go home. And then my thought was one of the big 3, Jay, Adam, or David, would be next, and that'd be like a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
I think Hannah's a lot closer to David. So I don't really think she'll flip on him. So I think the David, Hannah, Ken group of 3. Yeah. As long as they can kind of hold on to someone like Adam, who knows he's not going to do any better with the other group, he's going to stick with them. Right. So I think they're gonna hold on to their lead.
Yeah, the first vote Wednesday night is going to be very important. It's going to decide who flips and who doesn't flip it. The numbers hold together because if Will stays with them, they could take out Jay and Brett and Sunday 1, 2, 3. Right. But will they? Because Ryan had a really good point in his blog that it didn't play well in the storyline that Will was willing to draw rocks to save Zeke. And 48 hours later, he's desperately trying to vote out Zeke. He threw his game on the line to draw a rock. And then 48 hours later, he's trying to vote out Zeke. I mean, he's so much that he's admitting it.
Well, I think that's just Will in general, just thinking always immediate future, not so much long stepping, ahead, like with the Michaela vote and then, other ones after that. And most recently the rock draw and the Zeke vote. Yeah, just he's playing a very kind of day-to-day game and, he's done, he's made the top half, but just not a winning game or hasn't really gotten to the game where he's going to make it to the end.
Yeah. Since we hadn't asked you about this, and I know you talked about it in your blog, but if you're Jessica, do you flip or do you go rocks?
I think in some interviews she's kind of defended pretty well why she didn't flip, but I still think if I was in her shoes, I would have flipped. I mean, there'd have been 9, 10 people left in the game. A lot can happen, even if your numbers are down. It's not worth going to rocks at that point, I don't think. Yeah.
I'd just be good. You get that far in the game, and you're gonna roll rocks just to see if you. I don't think I could do it.
If it was final 6, then that's a no-brainer. Because if there's 2 groups of 3, you have no room if the other 3 and you become a 2. But with 10 people left, there's 9 people left in the game the day after. There's a lot of. Zeke even told her, he's like, I've been known to realign people all the time. I think while he was, obviously just trying to sell her to flip, I think there's enough tension among. I mean, Zeke and David are still left. There's still going to be butting heads. There's enough room for other people to kind of realign and create different groups of people. So I think I would have for sure flipped. I would hardly, like I said, I don't think unless it was a final 6, I don't think I'd ever go to Rocks. And
then you got somebody waiting to flip like Will. Will wants to make a big move. So if you get lucky, you talk to Will the next day. If Zeke does go or Hannah's gone, then you get Will ready to move on Zeke and Jessica's safe. You know, you don't know that ahead of time, obviously. But I give her a lot of credit for going to Rocks, but I don't think I could have done it.
See, I don't know that I give her credit for going Rocks because logically, playing the game, you don't go to Rocks because then you could go home. So that's, I mean,
no, I give her credit. That's she felt the right move was. And that's gutsy
for the game.
Like Rocks. No, if she felt it was, but I don't think it was.
But how did she feel it was? Did she like that would help her win? Is that what she said?
One thing she pointed out was that had she flipped and had she maybe, had then, I guess, Hannah, David, Ken, Adam all ended up on the jury, they're going to be pissed at her for flipping, even if she doesn't win. So she's out of 4 jury votes right there, where she was thinking, if I don't flip, maybe I'll stay and maybe I can get to the end while still having, even if Hannah were to go, at least it really wasn't like my fault.
Okay. So it's kind of an all or nothing. Like if I'm, okay. I see what you're saying.
She's smart. She did defend it really well in all of her interviews.
Yeah. I just don't. I totally get it. I would never do the same thing, but I get it.
Yeah.
But then, Ryan, to be fair, you don't know for sure until you're out there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. As you know, because you played Durham Warriors, and I believe you won.
I did win.
Yeah.
So,
what's crazy at this time of the game. You've got those people out front that are playing really hard. And so if I'm not one of those 3, just sit back and let them destroy each other, right? And every single person that goes out, that's a couple more $1,000 for you.
Anything can happen when it gets to the end. You could get a immunity challenge that is right up your alley. If it has to do with picking out notes on a song, Dwaine would kill in that immunity challenge,
I don't know.
You never know what would happen.
They haven't done that one yet.
No.
Not yet.
And see, so the 3 that are playing hard, obviously, are Adam, David, and Will, right? Do y'all agree with that? They're the ones that are playing the hardest?
Adam, David.
I think Jay is playing kind of hard. I just don't think we're seeing a lot of him because he's not having to, because hadn't been in danger for a while. David's been in danger. According to David, he's in danger every week.
Okay, but that means that what I'm saying is Jay isn't one of the ones that's out front playing hard. He's playing hard, but he's playing back.
Right. Restrained.
And hard. Right? So he's not one of the out front guys.
He's not the guy who's like calling like the strategic shots. You got David's. I think really David's the one left who's really the only person calling shots. Right. I think kind of Will thinks he is, but between Sunday, Brett, they're kind of going with the flow with whatever group Jay. I feel like Jay, Sunday, and Brett kind of are like mutually deciding things versus having like on the other side of it where David's telling Ken and Hannah and a little bit like Adam kind of what to do and where they should go.
Yeah.
And the trailer we saw for this week, wasn't Adam listening to Will talk about voting out David?
Was Will want to vote out David?
I thought he was talking. I thought David was one of the ones they said they got to vote out. Maybe it was David and Jay or something like that.
I think you're right. Yeah, because it wasn't like Will and Jay and Hannah. I think you're right.
Yes. So getting down to those numbers, Adam's going to play for Adam. Who he thinks he can beat in the end. I think he's the one that might be flipping this time around. I think David and Ken are tight, like you said, and Hannah.
Yeah, I think Adam's issue is going to be getting to, I think if he gets to the end, he can win. It's a matter of getting there. I think if he were to flip on David now, he's going to lose out to Will, Jay, Sunday, and Brett. But if he can whittle down their side and then flip, I think he's got a better shot at maybe making it at the end with like Sunday and, stringing along Hannah, kind of like what Dwaine was saying.
All right, I'll ask you this question again Thursday night for both of you. Who wins against anybody right now? Just a thought. I haven't done any research on it.
I would say Jay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Jay too with the social game because even Zeke said like 2 months ago, everybody loves Jay. If Adam wins like 2 more challenges, I could see Adam doing that. But I just think Jay's got the very likable good personality. People just like to talk to him and hang out with him.
I mean, he's got like Michelle and Taylor's throats locked. I think if he were to make it to the end, he'd have whoever on the jury of Will, Brett, and Sunday. So that's 5, and that's all it takes to win. I mean, I think depending on who he gets there with, we could get any other, like a Zeke vote, a Chris vote, a Ken vote, David vote, So I think Jay's the guy they want. They should get out.
So y'all are both saying Jay beats everybody?
Correct.
I think so, yeah.
I'm saying Adam does because I believe Adam would also be able to say, here's the moves I made, and guess what? I'm playing for my mom. And then he talks about his mom's story. And I believe that would be the trump card, and that he could beat anybody with that. So that's why I think Adam. All right, so to recap, because we're at almost 30 minutes, and this is a D&D Extra. We don't ever go this long on D&D Extras. This episode, I think Will goes first and then Jay. That's my prediction for this coming episode. Do y'all want to recap your predictions for this episode?
Yeah, I'm going Will, then Brett.
Will, then Brett.
And I'm going Will, then David.
Okay. And then my final 3 is David, Sunday, and Hannah, with David bringing it home for the win. Ryan?
Okay.
I've got Ken and Hannah losing to David.
All right.
And I've got Sunday and Hannah losing to Jay.
There you go. Thanks, y'all, for being a part of the patron community, D&D patron. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan, for being on tonight. Looking forward to talking with you and Dan on Thursday.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Prepare. It's
Dan the man.
Fun. Dan the man. We will try to keep things in line. We're going to do our normal show, recap, feed. We're going to do the show just like we normally would, and y'all are going to be co-hosting with us, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad y'all think so.
Try to keep it under 3 hours.
All right. Bye, everybody.